Hello, I'm Lisa de Sanqua, and this is Tarot Visual Journaling Workshop 5, Balancing Mind, Body and Spirit. We're going to be working with the swords, the pentacles and the wand cards in order to find equilibrium in our lives. Often we pay attention to one aspect and ignore the others. So this time we're going to actually spend equal amount of time on each one of those three parts in order to bring balance in our lives. First, I'd like you to look around your home and collect any art supplies you have and set them out. There is a list in the written portion, but you don't have to use those particular things. You will be needing 3 pieces of paper or 3 pages of your journal, and you'll need 3 envelopes and 3 pieces of writing paper. But apart from that, anything else goes. I'll show you what I've done just as inspiration, but you're welcome to use collage, colored pencils, watercolor paint, whatever you have. These are just some ideas that I'm going to give you, and then, I'd like you to really open up your creative selves and to just enjoy the process and to see what you come up with on your own. So the first thing I'd like you to do is to take your tarot deck and to divide it into the sword cards, the pentacles and the wands, and the rest of the deck you can set aside. You're going to make 3 different piles, and each pile will have the 10 minor cards of that suit plus the court cards. So once you've got it separated and you've got your art supplies laid out, I'd like you to turn your phone off, shut the door, and to just sink into this space. I like to light a candle sometimes just to bring focus and to create a sacred space. We are asking for divine guidance, so it's important to have that energy around you. Not to just be squeezing it into a little time slot, but to really sink into this time as a very special, sacred play. So I'd like you first of all to take your sword cards and to shuffle them. And while you're shuffling them, I'd like you to ask this question: what will bring me peace of mind? And then select a card and set it aside. You can look at it for a second, but don't try to formulate any kind of answer. Just, gaze at it. Then I'd like you to take your pentacles and to do the same thing. Shuffle them while asking, what does my body need? What does my body need? And pull a card for that and set it aside. And then finally, I'd like you to take your wand cards and to shuffle them and pull a card and set it aside. So once you've done that, you've got your 3 cards. I'd like you to take your 3 pieces of paper and writing as if you are. I'll show you what I did. I pulled the Knight of Swords. So I wrote a letter to myself as the Knight of Swords, giving me advice on what I needed to do to bring me peace of mind. So I'd say, dear Lisa, in order to bring you peace of mind, you need to cut away those gloomy clouds and make a decision to let the sun come out. Sincerely, the Knight of Swords. I've abbreviated it, of course. I'd like you to put thought into it, but also, don't edit it and don't struggle over it. Really just allow it to flow out of you. Let this card speak. Give this card a voice, giving you divine advice. And then once you've done the sword card, I'd like you to do the same for the pentacles and then for the wands. Writing as if you that particular card, writing to yourself, answering the question, what does my body need? And then from the wands, what is my spirit calling for? And once you've got those 3 letters, I'd like you to fold them up so that they fit in your envelope. And you can tuck them into the envelope. And you can set them aside for a moment. I'd like you to think about what you're going to do on the background of your pages. So in my case, I painted silver behind this page. I pulled out a separate page from the back and stuck it down with some clear tape so that it opened and closed, so I could see all 3 pages at one time. I stuck down the envelope using the glue strip that's actually on the envelope so that the flap faced up, so that I could see my letter. I then found, I made photocopies of the particular cards that I pulled. You can do that, or if you prefer, you can make a collage, making your own card, or even draw some symbols for that particular card. There are many different ways that you can do it. I printed out mind, body, and spirit and the 3 questions and glued them down with a glue stick. And then using these rubber stamps that I have a sword, pentacle, and wand, and I just did a little rubber stamp in the corner of each page, just so that you could see the correlation between the mind and the sword. Just a little very simple decorative thing. But you know, you can once again find a collage element that you could do. You could draw a sword or a pentacle or a wand. It's up to you, whatever you have around. So this is actually a very simple art project. It does take some time because you're going to be writing the letter and then creating your pages. I'd like you to also think of this as a work in progress. So once you've done the project today, you can set aside for a few hours and come back later and take out that letter and read it. And then maybe respond from your own point of view, not as the card, but from you, on what you could actually do to bring peace of mind, or what you could do for your body or for your spirit. So you can also add some collage elements and creatively play with that. That can be done at any time. Keep it active. These pages are fun if you keep them alive, if you work with them for a while. You don't forget them. You don't just do them once and then put them away and maybe not look at them for a long time, but actually keep them going. And this way you can really let that information and that advice sink in and see how you can use it and how you can actually manifest that in your life. So I hope you've enjoyed this Tarot Visual Journaling project. I hope it'll bring some balance and peace to you and some equilibrium into your life. Thank you.